All right, welcome to another episode of A Shot of Reviews. I am your host, Jarrell, and with me is my co-host, Stu. Wants to be called Stu now. From
Well,
now on, you'll
I,
be Stu.
I've okay, yeah. I agree with that name.
Excellent, excellent. And we're going to do another show for you guys tonight. We got some reviews for some albums. The latest from what do we got? All right, the first one we got is a hardcore band, called "Stick to Your Guns." We're gonna review that album. Next album we got up, we're gonna review is the latest from Mark Ronson. I'm sure you heard the song "Uptown Funk" many, many, many times on the radio. It's a popular song that's getting lots of play. His album's out. Be reviewing that. And for all you hipsters out there, you're in luck. The Decemberists have released their new album for the new year. And we got a couple current events we're gonna bring up for you as well, and some nice conversation with some frosty cold beers and the theme shot of the night, which we'll get into later. But I'll take a sip right now. Delicious, cheap beer. What we can afford right now in the studios. So how's it going, Stu? What's going on?
Not too much.
Yeah, had a good week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What'd you do?
I worked a lot.
I anything else? Jeez.
No, I worked on the webpage a little bit, and that's about it.
Well,
Fruitful week though, regardless.
I feel like you've done more, and the reason I'm asking that is because I went to pick you up tonight, and you were just taking a shower, so you must have had some kind of a lucrative evening last night. So tell us about your Friday night.
My Friday night.
What makes you sleep so late and that you have to take a shower at 7 p.m.? Just be honest with me, man. What's going on? What are you doing?
No, I was just sleeping a lot. Sorry.
How do you?
Not allowed to sleep.
How long? How many hours
I
do you
work
sleep a
all
night?
week. I want to sleep on the weekend.
Well, how many hours do you sleep on a regular night, like a work night?
A regular night?
Work night. Like how many hours do you sleep?
6-7 hours.
Okay, so you should have enough sleep where you're not going to sleep for 14 hours on a freaking Saturday morning
No,
and afternoon.
Sorry. Come the weekend, if I have nothing to do, that's what I end up doing. Unless I blast myself with tons of caffeine.
What time did you go to bed last night, though? Or this morning, I should say. I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah, I was drinking.
All right,
I probably blacked out with the TV on and my clothes on, and yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. That's the life, man. That's the bachelorhood life this guy leads. Can't complain. All right, let's just get into a new segment on the show, which we're gonna try bringing out, called Stu's Views. We want to have the theme song here, so let's get the background singer. Hey, baby, baby.
Yeah, I could just find a sound bite.
You don't want to sing it?
She
All right.
No, yeah, she don't want to do it.
So Stu's Views, Stu's Views. Stu's
It's gonna go like that?
Views. It'll go different next week. I got a couple of stories I wanted to bring to your attention and get your opinion on. First up, seeing that we found out, this is coming from Rolling Stones, that the music industry is changing their new release date for albums from Tuesdays to Fridays, which could affect us because since we do album reviews, that means that might push back when we can actually get these shows up. But let me give you this. So the International Federation of Photographic Industries, which they have as IFPI, it's a British-based organization in the United Nations, has announced that announced on Thursday that the plan would go into effect this summer. So you know how in the U.S. all the albums come out on Tuesdays, but in other countries they come out on Fridays. They want to have that going all over the globe, coming out the same day. And the reason they're doing this is they're hoping that it would help reduce piracy and allow artists to focus their social media campaigns. And a quote here is from the IFPI is saying that this will reignite excitement and a sense of occasion around the release of new music. And he also cited that consumer research suggests Fridays and Saturdays were the days people would be interested in buying new music. Got a quote here from the CEO saying, "Music fans live in the digital world today. The love of the new music doesn't recognize national borders. They want music when it's available on the internet, not when it's ready to be released in their country. An alienated global release day puts an end to the frustration of not being able to access releases in their country when the music is available in another country. So, Stu, how do you feel about this?
I really could care less when a day, day of the week that an album is released on.
Yeah, but now this is what I'm
Usually,
thinking.
usually like movies. Movies aren't released the exact same way.
Yeah, they're released on Fridays.
You sure? And that's every Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they want to maintain with movies.
Yeah, they want to maintain with CDs though, because in other countries CDs come out on Fridays, but we get them on Tuesdays. The question I have to ask
I could
myself.
care less what day it comes out. I've never been there waiting for something.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
So that's for people. That's for waiters. That would be like
and waitresses too, right?
yes, yes, and waitresses. That would be sitting there in line waiting when something came out.
Well, the thing I'm used to. I'm as a kid. I would always wait till Tuesday, buy the CD, run home, sit Indian style in my room, open it up and listen to the CD and reading along the lyrics. But like the guy said, now it's digital age, so people don't care like about going through all the effort. They just want to get it when they can get it. But do you feel that this will like decrease piracy? What do you think about that?
No,
It'll just be the same.
that won't do anything.
Well, you're not alone on the person that doesn't feel it's a good thing. This guy Martin Mills, who heads the British-based indie beggars group, recently told the Rolling Stone, which is where I got this information from. Another quote here. He said that. Well, actually, no. He told the Guardian this. I'm sorry. He said that this move is crazy and it would affect independent labels. He says, "It astounds me that the major labels are not listening to their customers. They're interfacing with their artist fans. I fear their consultation has been a charade, and the market leaders were always going to push this through. I fear this move will also lead to a market in which the mainstream dominates and the niche, which can be tomorrow's mainstream, is further marginalized. I fear it is further cement to I fear it will further cement the dominance of the few, and that is exactly what it is intended to do." So not all people are for this, but the way I look at it is if the new release is on Tuesday is on a Friday, like earlier than Tuesday, I guess that's a good thing. So we don't have to wait as long as like 4 days earlier. But if they push it to like 4 days after that following Friday, then it kind of sucks. But we'll manage somehow, I guess. Since they said this in the summer, this may not happen. Do you recall, Stu, that about 3 or 4 years ago they were talking about getting rid of CDs entirely? Like a couple of record labels were saying they weren't going to
No,
make CDs
I
anymore.
never heard of a complete form of media going out.
Like they were going to just have
We still have, phonograph records.
Because the way I look at it is they said that and it didn't happen. So this could be all fluff too. Like we come this summer, they could be like, "Oh, never mind, we decided not to do that." But that's we'll see what happens with that. And the other issue I want to bring, I think this one you might find a little more interesting. What is 3 things you can tell me about Alaska? Give me 3 facts about Alaska you know. Quick.
3 facts about Alaska.
Yeah.
Is Alaska not cold?
It's cold.
Is it not dark for like 6 months in certain areas?
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. 1 fact so far. Give me 2 more things you know
That's
about.
2 facts. It's cold.
Oh, it's cold. Yeah. It's dark. Okay. And it's light for 6 months. It's dark for 6 months.
There's polar bears.
Maybe. I don't know if that's actually true. I would accept it Sarah Palin, but Alaska has now become the 3rd state to legalize marijuana. So there's Colorado, Washington State.
Washington D.C. should be.
It's not legal there. It's Washington State.
No. There was something going on where it was legal and illegal because the federal government was stepping in.
Okay, so it's not like Colorado.
But
then.
right now it's it's legal in DC, but the federal government's watching over it.
But that doesn't make it like
No, so it's semi-legal.
well, semi legal is doesn't it's
But that's what everyone deals with. Any state that has it legal is dealing with the federal government looming over their head because it's still illegal on a federal level. That's why
yeah.
they have to launder money and do all kinds of things. And like, I don't know how they can even come up with the exact number of how much money it generates, because the money can't stay in regular banks. The
Okay.
federal government can seize it at any
Getting
time.
real
And
political now. Here we go. Go on.
nah, that's about it.
No, but I'm saying like you're saying that all the other all other states in the country, they have like a kind of like it's a gray area. But
Yeah,
I'm saying
even
these
when it's
three
legal.
states, Colorado, Washington State, and now Alaska, have legalized it. And it's kind of interesting that so far all the states that seem to be as progressive about it is have been on the West Coast. Why do you think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is?
I did find that strange. Yeah,
Or actually, Colorado's not on the West Coast, but it's a lot further from us. I'll tell you
yeah.
that. So, story I got from CNN: marijuana smokers now have a new place to put on their bucket list: Alaska, which on Tuesday became the third state to officially okay marijuana use. Voters passed the Alaska marijuana legalization ballot measure in November. Legalization became official on Tuesday, which means that now the use of marijuana is legal for persons 21 years of age and older.
Can't sell it, can't buy it.
Oh, there is a catch, so you might be getting to it. There are limits. People still can't legally have more than 1 ounce marijuana on them, nor can they harvest more than 4 ounces in their home. And consuming marijuana in public and driving while high are no-nos. The regulatory structure allows for entrepreneurs to set up shops like those found in Colorado still in the works. They're still working on having that happen where you can set up shops and sell it like they have in dispensaries and stuff like that. So right
Soda
now,
machine.
no one can legally make a living selling the drug. Or as some people like you say, it's not a drug, it's a plant. But that's what they say here. I guess you can
I say
argue that
that.
point too. And not to mention, under federal law, marijuana is classified as a Section 1 narcotic. That makes its use a federal crime, which you were saying before, right?
Yeah,
So, as a
exactly.
pro marijuana person, how do you feel that it's starting to happen? I guess the prohibition of marijuana is starting to kind of you know be less and less as we get older and older.
Um, yeah, it's only recently. It's only very recently. It's still, how long did they take for medical marijuana? So I could see recreational marijuana taking even longer.
Do you think we'll still be alive to the point where we can tell our grandkids we remember we weren't allowed to do this at all, and now you're literally smoking a joint right now in front of
Nah,
my face?
I don't think I'm living that long. So
Oh wow, it's getting dark now. Okay.
nah,
No, I just,
got a lot of things against me.
no, I just, it's not. What do you mean? Not
What?
against you. I'm totally for you.
No. I got a lot of things
Oh yeah, a lot
against
of
me. I
things
smoke
against you. Okay.
cigarettes. I eat a lot of fatty foods. I don't exercise.
Well, you're
The
just living
usual.
your life, man. You're just enjoying it while you're young.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's kind of weird that it's not only that it's on the West Coast, but that it's you got to really travel far to like enjoy this. What would you do like what they actually if what do you think will happen to have it be legalized actually here in New Jersey? Because I think like right now with like a Republican governor, it's gonna be a long time before that
Christie
happens.
already said, "No way, I'll never sign anything for that."
Yeah, I remember hearing that. So we first got to vote that guy out of office, and then we can get marijuana here. That's our goal. We have to overthrow the government because right now 23 states still prohibit cannabis like outright. You can't have it at all. But all the other ones have legalized it either medically or decriminalized it to possession somehow. So it's definitely making some progress, I think.
Yeah, at least decriminalize it first. I mean,
We might have done that here because we have medicinal marijuana in New Jersey.
yeah, but it's
So
not decriminalized. You're a criminal if you get caught with it,
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we got a long way to
unless you
go.
have a medical card.
Uh huh. Hmm. You thinking of getting one, like faking some kind of like glaucoma or
No,
something? No.
no, I'd rather obey the
Oh,
law.
I want to ask you this then. How do you think this legalization will affect the street pharmacists? Do you think they'll?
Street pharmacists.
Yeah, because I feel like they're gonna be mad. They're basically being put out of work. Because why would you want to risk it if you can just go buy it at a store and you know, pay the tax or whatever, and you're helping the economy by just buying it at a dispensary as opposed to just buying like a bootleg
Oh
version.
yeah, to crush them. It's their biggest selling product.
Yeah, so I think the only people that are against it is Republicans and street pharmacists, and maybe you know purists or whatever who think like the drug is wrong and just can't see any other way about it.
Devil weed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, that was that was our first edition of Stu's Juice. How do you think it went? It went pretty well. I mean, you're very informative on your opinions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Sort of.
So, on that note, everybody! So, Little John wants to bring up the mood a little bit. Time to get into the review portion of the show. And tonight we're going to be doing some tequila straight from Canada.
No.
It's not
That's
tequila?
not that's not tequila.
Oh, I'm too drunk to
That
even
is-
know what it is.
That is Yukon Jack.
Yukon Jack. And it's going to be my first time, so you get to see a reaction.
Drell's never
or
had
hear
a
reaction.
snake bite
Yeah.
before, so I suggested a snake bite.
Yeah.
Yukon Jack and lime.
You got to
juice.
suck the venom out if it gets too bad, though.
Nah, that's all right.
All right, will you do the
I'll
honors?
watch you turn gangrenous and black and
We
pus
didn't chill
die.
this. It might not be that good. We didn't chill this.
It's not actually like a snake bite, so
Is this going to be bad?
no, it's fine. You don't gotta chill it.
All right, so.
I mean, it'd be better, but
But, oh well. Guess we'll have to make do. I can't fit ice cubes in these little tiny shot glasses anyway. All right. When? And maybe I shouldn't have put so much in since I never done this before. All right. Now to make this a little bit better, we're going to add some lime to this. You have to
poke
mix
it with some.
What?
They don't make these limes.
Poke proof? Can you find something to poke it? Can you poke a hole in that for me?
Yeah, I might be able to.
All right. We're going to poke this real quick. I'm sorry it's taking a little bit of time, but in the meantime, I can drink some more beer and talk to you guys. All right.
They sealed it good.
Yeah. What can you do?
Ooh, sorry. Holes.
Let me let you guys. We'll play that again. Let me tell you about my weekend. The other day, one of my coworkers was last day, so we ended up going to.
There we go.
We went
Got
to a
some
bar
lime.
for his final day, and this guy is retiring. Speaking of Colorado, he's actually moving to Colorado. One of the safety guys. He worked at our company for 3
So he
years.
could smoke pot.
Exactly. He's a pothead that likes climbing out on the rocks and being a part of nature.
Yeah, snowboarding and smoking
he
weed.
snowboards,
Doesn't
he's-
sound bad.
He surfs. I think you remember meeting him when we were at the beer fest in Atlantic City, the outdoor one.
Oh.
I was talking to two guys.
That other.
Yeah,
beer
and
fest.
he was like, so he's
It
moving.
wasn't the AC beer fest.
No,
It was another
unfortunately, it
beer
wasn't-
fest in AC.
Well, a
Well,
little
it's
bit
close,
outside of Beer
yeah.
Fest, yeah. So we go to this thing. He has one of those. You ever went to one of these like office parties? Ever worked at a job? You had to go to like an office party or an office like Christmas thing or something like that. I think you went to one, but
Yeah, I've gone to
The
office
one thing
parties before.
the
Yeah.
one thing I hate about it, or it's kind of weird, is you have to like maintain this like demeanor outside of work, so they don't have story to talk about you when you go back to work. So you don't know how much you can drink, you don't know how much party you can say, you don't know how much you can badmouth the company. But this guy had no like inhibitions about telling people how much marijuana he smoked or how much he loved weed. Because once he had like many drinks in him, he's like slurring his speech and all that shit. And he's just telling everyone, yeah, we went to we went to Canada to see like this awesome concert. This guy gave us like some weed, and he's like a Canadian, so he was talking all. He's like, how much do you want? he's like, "Do you have any? You want some acid?" And he's like, "No." We're like, "No, thanks. Do you have some weed?" And then the guy's like, "What?" It's like weed. And he had to like break it down because they're, the I guess the dialect or the language barrier was kind of getting broken down. So then he said, "I'll give you some weed." And he's like, he pulled out this big like eighth of weed, and he's like, "How much?" And the guy's like, "I don't know, 20." He's like, "Okay," and he just it's about 20. Basically, they were just high as a kite all night and whatever. But he's telling us this whole story, and I'm like, damn, he doesn't care what his coworkers think. And I'm like, oh right, it's his last fucking day. He doesn't give a shit what people think. But that was what I experienced. It was cool. Like the thing I like about those kind of things is it's a nice place it's nice time to unwind, but at the same time it's a little like nerve wracking to have to like watch your like amount of alcohol in you. Plus you have to get home. Nothing to say to that. I mean,
No,
do
no,
you have any?
I've no comments on
You
that.
never had anything like that
No,
before?
no, I never
No.
had any
Oh.
problems with office parties. It's always been, drink
Well,
some,
how do you?
talk to my
You ever get too
coworkers.
drunk? You ever get that? You ever
No,
get?
no, no, I don't.
That's
We
the
we
thing.
we normally sit down and like eat and have alcoholic beverages along the side. You know, no, we don't really have enough time to get drunk at office parties.
Why not? What do you have to be right to work the next day, or right in a couple
Yeah, pretty
hours?
much. Yeah,
Oh, well,
not in 2 hours, but the next day. Yeah,
yeah. That well,
sometimes.
the thing about this
Depends.
is it was like on a Thursday night, so it was like I have to like worry about going to work the next day. So I wish it was on a Friday, but that guy was his last day, so he probably wouldn't have came in because he came. He literally came in for half a day, which actually was a quarter of a day. Did his exit interview, said goodbye to everybody, and left. And now he's on his way to Colorado to live with his sister who lives there. Has no job, but he just can live there rent free till he eventually finds something. Gonna do like a little tour of the country. I kind of like sat there. I'm like, man, I'm fucking jealous that someone of the single life, but whatever. I mean, some people can live it up. Some people can't. Like you, you're single. You can just up and leave
Stop.
one day. You don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. I know. So
But
it's miserable. I'd rather not be single.
yeah, I thought this. It's got its pros and cons. I think
Yeah, yeah.
when
No,
I
I
was
agree.
when I was single, I was like, man, I'm so bored. I wish I had a girl, and you just
You
got to find
played
a
Little
balance.
John, and I'm just staring at this snake bite.
All right, in that case, let's do it again. I was using that to buy some time. But... All right, let me let the song finish playing out. My first snake bite, courtesy of Stu. Here we go. Wow, that was smooth.
It's pretty good.
The effects are slowly
Yeah.
coming in.
Ooh, it fucks you up. Yep.
Yeah. Good thing we're only reviewing 3 albums today. All right. First up, Stick to Your Guns released their 5th album. They're a
Ridiculous.
hardcore punk band. Their album called Disobedient. And I never heard of them. Have you?
No, I haven't either, and I thought that was weird. Never got picked up on the radar.
Yeah, but it's weird. They've been around since 2003. And they're one of those bands where it's just only the lead singer remains from the start to now. They're all pretty much different people. But so you wanna go first? You wanna tell me what you thought of this?
Nah.
All
Go.
right, I'll go
Go
first.
ahead. I thought it was
I
good.
put it on. I listened to the first song, and then it's kind of like it's kind of boring. And then the second track, which is called "What Choice Did You Give Us," kicks in, and it's like, all right, this is what hardcore punk's all about. I'm loving this. This band combines basically the hardcore of Hate, Breed, and Terror with I think the melodic, clean vocals of Ignite, and they throw in a little like hardcore screaming of Throwdown. If you guys know Throwdown, they're another hardcore band, but Ignite's more like a melodic hardcore punk band. I don't know if they're still doing music now, but the lead singer had a little quick stint of being the lead singer of Pennywise when Jim from Pennywise left for a little bit. But then obviously came back. So good tracks on here like Revolutionary Mental Attitude and I Choose Nothing. Good slam dancing songs if you live at home with your mom or whatever. Just make sure they're not home. Just don't turn up the stereo. Just do the little circle pit in your living room. A little personal mosh pit that no one will survive. But the only thing I have to complain about it is one of the songs called "The Crown" and had another song called "Lefty Behind." Is kind of like depressing, slow ballad stuff. And then the vocals come off too much like the band that Day to Remember and Thrice. And I feel like the hardcore purists will not like that. They'll actually pretty much despise it. So I was kind of like thinking to this myself. This album has got some intense stuff. It's all right, but for the most part, it's not really my thing. So then I thought to myself, you know what? Let me listen to it again. Sometime you have to give an album a second listen.
I listened to it twice.
Yeah. It's the first thing
I
I did.
also that's pretty weird. I also listened to it twice.
So I'm like, let me listen to it again and let me see what I like. And then the songs I was kind of iffy about. I'm like, all right, they really fit well into like the setting the mood before they go into the next track. You know, they had some good filler, I should say. I wouldn't really call it that because filler is usually a bad word. But I'm gonna have to give this album definitely something you should buy.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, I want to buy it. I'm going to buy it. Do I get a chain? Thank you.
Sorry about that. Yes. So we both think that. So what do you think of that album? Yeah, let us know. If you heard it, give us your feedback, and we love to hear it, as long as it's something we agree with. Everybody shots time. Really should have these ready right away, so in case I have to edit these out. But
no, I got the lime ready.
Okay, I mean I need the next one, but these are like practice ones, so we'll figure out.
Practice shots. Let's see how it goes.
Practice.
The first shot is your practice shot. No, leave some room for lime.
Practice recordings, I should say. Now this one, I guess I'll go first again because I really want to keep the audience's suspense on how you felt.
Yeah.
But Mark Ronson, people might not know much about him, but he's actually an English musician and producer, and this is his fourth album, Uptown Special. I'll give you a little background on who he is. He produced the Grammy-winning albums for Amy Winehouse and Adele. And this lucky fucking bastard was engaged to Rashida Jones, which is Quincy Jones' daughter. She's that hot chick from The Office. She's like kind of light-skinned. That movie, I Love You, Man. Well, they were engaged in 2002, but they broke it off after a year. But still to have the honor of sleeping in the same bed and being inside that girl many, many times for a year, I tip my hat to him for that. Any other information you guys want to know is he also works with other guests. Usually when he does albums, he works with other guests like Mos Def, Jack White, Q-Tip, Phantom Planet, Boy George, and D'Angelo, to name a few. Listen to the first song, Uptown's first finale, which he has Stevie Wonder on there playing that soulful harmonica music that he's known for. And then he kicks into the next song, which is like a 70s song, 70-ish kind of song, or 70-esque song called Summer Breakin'. And that's all right. And if you let me set the scene for you. Oh, yeah, we got to do our shots. I'm sorry.
Yes, again.
I'm messing up tonight.
Nah, yeah.
I might be able to do a better review now. Thank you, Stu.
I doubt it, but
all right.
Go on.
Mystical. You remember Mystical, Stu? From No Limit?
Vaguely.
All right, he had he did that. I can't name all the songs he did right now, but No Limit with the hell's that guy's name from No Limit that make him say no.
Oh, Master P.
Master P. Yeah, that's it.
Dude, I love that song.
So Mystical was in jail for like 10 years.
That was stuck in my head forever.
He got out of jail and he's back on the scene. Did a song on this album, which is basically like if Mystical sang over a James Brown instrumental, it would basically sound like this song he did called "Feel Right." And he's got some horns on there. It's got that New Orleans jazz horn sound. Now, the song I want to get to, everybody's been hearing here before, the Parliament slash the Time inspired song Uptown Funk with Bruno Mars. But this is a song I know you're going to be hearing at weddings, cookouts, bar mitzvahs, and block parties for years and years to come. This is like a hit. This is basically a classic song right now. But I have to say, but with this whole album, it's got this really throwback '80s funk sound to it, with like throwing a call to bands like Cameo and Mary Jane Girls, and even Zapp, if you remember Zapp from like the late '70s. This guy basically wearing his influences on his sleeve, which is not a bad thing. But if you want to listen to, why would you want to listen to the imitation when you could just listen to the real thing? That's what I think. What do you think about that?
What do I think about the album?
Yeah. Just let me get some
I
of your
didn't.
feedback before you give me your review. What would you? Because when you text me, you were not enjoying that record. You were like, "What is this bullshit, man? What the fuck?" And I'm like, and then he's like, "All right, I can deal with this a little bit." So, what swayed your opinion after? Was it the first track, the Stevie Wonder song?
No, it was my whole hood in this.
Yeah, the mystical song.
Yeah.
So you didn't like that then?
No. That was when I started
Oh,
to
that's when he
change my
changed.
opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it took him about 3 songs until he changed his mind. But go on.
But yeah, overall, I mean, the synthesis isn't that great. But yeah, I lend that to the '80s. If you want to sound like the '80s, it's FM synthesis,
Hmm.
and that's completely what it was. Some people call it like the Casio sound,
Yeah.
but you know, I would rather have like some sort of like detector that could be in the room that would pick up when anybody said something funky and it would play one of the tracks off of this.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be like one of those like little like Shazam things.
Okay.
Like it would just pick up if somebody said like "Job Turkey," it would pick it up. It would pick it up and it would play a track off of that.
Okay. Well, were there any songs you really liked? Because the one I really liked on this album was the song called "Leaving Los." Like, how would you say it? Leaving Los Feliz, like Feliz, leaving Los Feliz, like you're saying Feliz Navidad, leaving Los Feliz, which it wasn't like the other song. This one sounded like more like a hippie love movement, like '70s song, which is like it was like really psychedelic song towards more the end, where I was like, I can listen to this song just laying out in the middle of the fucking field, like in nothing but my in no clothes on, just staring at the clouds going by. You remember that song?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, let me give you my review here. I think Uptown Special is a great album for baby boomers or music historical majors. And it's good background music for getting together or for get togethers or basically cleaning your house. But like I said before, if it's basically a throwback album, so I don't know if he's been doing that all the time because I didn't listen to any of his older stuff. But this album here is just like, I'll just say it's okay. It's worth downloading. What do you think?
Uh, no, I'd stay away from it unless I could
Jeez.
actually make a funk detector.
Oh, so you're saying you would skip
So
this?
I kind of agree with the sound, but like I don't take it completely serious. Like it seems like more of a comical aspect to me.
It's a joke album, you think?
It's not a joke
Like
album,
he's like having
but
fun.
I just find it funny.
So why wouldn't you listen to it again then if you find it funny? You don't like to laugh once or something?
Yeah, I would like it at key moments.
Okay. So could you go the rest of your life never hearing this album again?
No, I'd want it at key moments.
So what do you give it a slight download? Maybe.
Yeah, slight download.
Uh,
No. Yeah, download.
all
Yeah,
right.
sure.
All right.
I want
Yeah.
it. I want a free download.
All right. So you see my partner was a little iffy on that, but what did you think of that album? Let us know what you thought. We love to hear from you.
Again?
All right, this time I'm not gonna forget.
All right, let's make them first. All right, I got the line. Jack.
All right, I'm not gonna forget this time.
All right, lime juice.
I'll set up this next one. You tell me what you thought. Oh, the lime's in there.
All right, yeah.
All right.
Let's do it now and not forget.
Yep.
All right, it's going
Yeah.
down.
Going down. This shit's pretty good. Get you fucked up quick, I'll say that. All you hipsters out there, here we go. The Decemberists released their new album, What a Terrible World, What a Beautiful World. And it's their 7th album. And you might be asking, what does that title even mean? Well, that title is actually a line from a song on the album called 12-17-12, which is the date Barack Obama made a response speech to the Sandy Hook school shooting. And the reason he says that is the lead singer Colin Malloy was feeling depressed about the shooting, but at the same time happy about his personal life. So, Stu, you go first. What do you think of this album?
I thought like I listened to it and I was trying to review it, and then I got to their single and I was like, I know who these people are.
You know them.
No, but as soon as I heard their single, then I knew who they were.
You heard it on the radio before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it kind of changed my mind a little bit. But
I feel like
I thought they were kind of like REM.
Yeah, I was about to fucking say that. That's really saying they're like.
I thought they were like REM.
They're basically like an old college rock band that's like they're taking like the they got the handbook on how to sound like REM.
Their single doesn't sound like the rest of the album.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's almost like a false sale. It's like you might be buying it for that, and then instead you get REM.
Yeah, they stole the book of like how to sound like REM. They ripped. I mean, the page
that's not. I wouldn't consider it a bad thing.
Yeah, because if you like REM,
I actually liked it better. Like if that single wasn't in there, and I would have been like, oh, it's a band that's kind of like REM.
Mm-hmm.
But that single threw me off.
Yeah. Well, I thought the first song sounded like
the single's not bad either. It's just different.
The first song sounded like a John Denver song. I thought, like with the acoustic guitar and all, like the real like outdoorsy like sound that John Denver.
What was the name of the single again? It was something about churning butter.
Oh, the single is called I forgot the name, like "Make Me Better" or something.
No, "Make Me Butter."
Better, not
Let's
butter.
Make Me Butter.
No, it's "Make Me Better." But the first song I thought sounded like John Denver, and then when I heard the second song, I'm like, these guys really want to sound like REM, like badly. But another thing I want to tell you guys is if you're suffering from insomnia, the one song Lake Song and the other song Till the Water all long gone. If you put those songs on repeat, you'll be out like a light. Hell, to be honest with you, if you listen to those songs once, you'll be in a coma faster than Bobby Christina. All right, yeah, that joke was a little too soon, but whatever, I don't care. And and then when I was like, all right, things are gonna turn around now. There's a song called "Better Not Wake the Baby." Got an excellent upbeat track, and I love the hillbilly banjo. It's like a song later on in the album, but the song ends like when you get to 2 minutes into it. I'm like, it's over already. What the fuck? I'm actually starting to like it now, and it ends. So I think the album starts out like sound like REM, and it's like kind of good. Then it just drops down low with like those two songs I mentioned that will put you to sleep.
I actually didn't listen to those.
The beginning songs?
No, the songs towards the end.
Oh, you didn't get to the end?
No, I didn't.
Your review might be biased then.
No, okay, I didn't listen to the last couple tracks.
He's doing better, folks. He's doing better. He's getting through a whole album.
No, I got through 3 albums.
2.5, maybe.
Okay, 2.5.
But yeah, it's like then it gets bad, and then I'm like, all right, it's getting better now, and the song ends, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then they put on this Dylan ballad track, which is the song I mentioned earlier called 12-17-12. And it's that song's alright. And then they end the song with the song called A Beginning Song. It's nice poppy acoustic guitar intro blended with the lead vocals. But the length of the track, or maybe the rest of the band making the song so grandioso, kind of made me not really into it. My favorite song on the whole album, I wish you heard it, was called Easy Come Easy Go. It's like a great country bar song, and that if they made a video to it, I could picture like the whole like bar scene, the band playing, and like a redneck fight happens, something like that. That's my favorite song on the record. But I think hipsters will find this band a bit too mainstream for their taste. And on this album, they are a little bit more duller than not. What did I say here? I wrote my thoughts down. I'm getting kind of like wasted here. I think
you can't read now. You're reading going out. Is it your eyes? You got double vision? Is it double vision or just
all right. They're a little
tiredness?
more. They're a little more dull than not for my taste. That's what I want to say.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna have to
it
give
was
this
a brain
album.
fart.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give this album.
I thought it was your eyes.
I'm gonna have to give this album a download. This is something you can download because there's only like maybe 3 or 4 good tracks. The song I mentioned earlier, the singer dresses audience. Another song called "The Cavalry Captain," but my favorite song on the album, "Easy Come Easy Go." But that's really like maybe 4 or 5 songs off of like 14 tracks. I don't know what the hype is about this group, so yeah, something you can download. What do you think?
I don't know.
No, honestly, you didn't listen to the whole thing, but you can still give me what your opinion is.
I don't know. I don't have an honest opinion on it.
You don't leave me hanging. What do you think? Give me a review.
Tell me you give a review.
I did.
Then I'll tell you. I'll tell you off that.
I tell you to download it.
You already did. All right.
Yeah, man, you're fucked up. You can't even
I'm fucked
think
up.
about what you thought about the album.
Shots.
No, that's too late for that, man. You're pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. What album is it again?
Jesus Christ. The fucking Decemberists.
Which one was it? I already gave my review on it.
Yeah, but what do you gotta give your final?
No wonder I don't remember. I already gave my review on it.
What's your final thing? What do you say? So I can push the button. You can hear you.
Download it or wait. You got to go through all 5. I don't like your category system.
You like it? Now give me.
No, because download is what is it? A free download or am I paying for it?
Yeah, it's free.
I would buy the single. Well, okay, I would pay for the single 99 cents. So that's a purchased download.
Right.
Yeah.
So you buy the one song.
I'd either buy the single or if it
But you didn't like the single, you said. Why are you even liking that? You didn't. The song
No,
I like.
I never said I didn't like the single.
The Butter song?
I said it was completely different.
But did you like it better than the other songs?
No, not necessarily better, but I consider them completely different.
Or Butter? Did you like it better than the other
Yeah,
singles?
but I probably wouldn't go all out for the whole album.
Okay. So that's a download you're saying. You would download it.
Yeah, download, yeah.
All right, there we go.
99 cents.
Pulling teeth there. All right. So, were you
I'll listen to the rest of the album maybe when they build up a little more, maybe when they have a few more albums.
All right,
build up something a little bit bigger so they're a little more epic.
Keep in mind, this is their 7th album. How many more albums do you have to do for you to...
Wow, I've never heard of them. They should just give up then. They should just give up.
Yeah, if you haven't heard them yet...
If you sound like R.E.M. after the 7th album with one really good track, maybe they should give up.
You heard it here, folks. But what do you guys think of that album? Let us know. All right. This is the part where we'll be taking some emails, but we don't have any right now, so let's end this show here. If you want to reach us... There we go. We got to have the outro music. If you want to reach us, type in njhybridradio.net. You can see all our stuff there. Or if you want to give us an email, you can go to njhybridradio@gmail.com. This is Jarrell and Stu signing off. Have a good night.